So Raceroom, also known as RE or RRE, is a game, a Swedish racing simulator developed by KW Studios. And it's been here, well, it's been in existence for over a decade now, but the question still lies, is it still worth playing even though it might have bad graphics? Well, I'm going to take you there and I will talk about different aspects of the driving experience. But first, let's go to the marketplace and let me show you a neat feature. Okay, so from the start of the screen here, you can see the game. You have some nice background music. But here you can also have, you have the store, so you can buy different cars. So like you have, what's it called, not James Baldwin, you have Jimmy Broadbent's Praga R1, which he currently owns, and he raced, and you have also the Mazda MX-5 Cup. But then you have also tracks and cars here. They have from all around the world, from Zandvoort, Brands Hatch, Nürburgring, Swedish circuits, of course, because it's a Swedish game. But one thing, which is good, is the game is free with like a few cars and a few tracks, so you can race online with. But then you can also pay online, and if you want to buy all the content, I think during like a sale, it costs, I think, roughly like 50 euros. But then you get a ton of things. You don't get this shopping cart due to me being being April Fool's Day. But what you can also do, which I will utilize, is you can use the free, test drive. So if we go to the Mazda MX-5 car, you can go here, and then you can click test drive, and then you can go to any of these circuits. So let me take this Mazda MX-5 to the Grand Prix circuit, and let me talk to you about how the graphics look and how that car feels. Okay, so here we are around Portimao, the MX-5 Cup, and as you can already see, the graphics aren't the best, and that is due to them obviously not having the youngest of games. But there were, I think, rumors before that they were going to switch to Unreal Engine 4 or 5. No, I think Unreal Engine 4. But now, I don't think they're going to do that. But we'll have to see what happens. I think that would make a lot more people go to this game, maybe. But even though it's old, it still feels really good. Because before, you used to have canned effects, which means it was just, you get FFP, and then due to what's happening with the car, you just, instead of you feeling what the car is behaving, the game is giving you some added feedback. But now they have switched up the whole FFP engine, and in my opinion, it feels very nice. You can feel this car quite well. Like, it feels really bouncy, in my opinion. Due to it obviously being a car which isn't that high speed. But otherwise, the car feels really good. And I would say, in my opinion, this is more of like my second sim, because I have my first sim, Automobilista 2, and it has good graphics, as we know. But it also has a good amount of cars. But this one also has. But this, which maybe not what Automobilista has fully, is this has certain big contracts, like it has DTM, it has ADAC GT Masters, it has the World Touring Car Championship, called WTCR. But then it also has some other licenses, which I'm not sure of. Then, as I stated before, it also has some Swedish circuits, which I'll show you at the end of this little spin. So the feeling of these cars are very good, but how does the game feel with faster cars? So let's get into the Formula X22, I think it's called, and let's see how good that is around Portimao. Okay, so here we are in the Formula car, and it is quite heavy to drive, and you can really feel the downforce and weight behind it. I can sort of feel in the force feedback, it feels a bit like it's porpoising or something. It feels like it's hitting the floor or something. But something I've noticed with this car is it is very hard to drive compared to the Automobilista 2 one. That one just felt like it was on rails basically, and it felt really heavy and very good on the brakes and turning and everything. But this one just feels a bit loose. And from what I've seen of the what's it called, from what I've seen the replays of a real F1 car, it doesn't look that loose, which is why I'm wondering why this one is just so hard to drive. And that's basically sort of it I have talking about this Formula car. But let me take you around the different high downforce car around the Swedish circuit, and let me give you some conclusions. Okay, so I had a few issues with my laptop, so I couldn't record, but these are my conclusions. It is a very good game if you wanna try and play with, but try and play with the dampening a little bit in the force feedback, because in my opinion the cars are just a bit way too slidey and a bit too rears. Yeah, they like to lose the rear quite a lot, the quicker cars, but then the slower ones are really fun to drive. So there you have my conclusion a bit. But what do you think about the game? Comment it down below. Whilst you're down there, please hit the subscribe button and also like to get even more good videos from myself. My next video will maybe be on a mod or maybe be on something else. We'll have to see. But until then, I've been Racing Legend. You've been my amazing viewers. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!